Hi, today I'm gonna continue to optimize my game. What happened yesterday is that I packaged a build which include the blank test level, which has nothing for comparison. And I run my low-end PC, not really low-end, middle end PC, and test it. Today I found another different result. This is the result. Yesterday, I used my PC with this spec. Our Ryzen 7 5800 and RTS 3070 with 80GB RAM. I run my L demo level, which is the heavy one, the low performance one. I got 60 FPS, and with the blank level I got 130 FPS, which is more than double of this. So my target is to run 60 FPS on RTX 3060, which is the most Steam user are using. Most common GPU graphic card are using. And in order to achieve it, because I have RTS 3070, I need to get about 80 FPS on RTS 3070. Now I am 20 FPS below my target, my objective. By the way, let me just fill in the commit message. And also I take the video of that. I have an optimization. I also have a trace for today. And yes, this is the tray. One is the demo, one is the blank. And this is the video. Let's see the level L demo first. Or not this one. This one. So I enable name the event. I enable name the events for further detail in the Unreal Insight for tracing. And also I show the stat GPU to show what is most performance consuming in GPU. And also I have run the stat unit max, stat FPS, and I start the level. Here I got 66 FPS, which is 14.96 millisecond. And here I can see the most performance consuming things is Lumen scene lightning. I saw in GameDev 4.80 millisecond, but for the draw 15 here. And with the 15, Lumen take 6 because it's 60 FPS, so it is smooth. By the way, yesterday I got 20 FPS, but that is because my that was my mistake. I opened Unreal Engine editor in the background and open a very big level with the big project, so it consumed a lot of computing power of, and so I run my game in the same time. I only got 20 FPS, but today I close up everything else so I can run at 60 FPS in RTS 3070. Yeah, Lumen Scene Lightning 7.7. That's my trace. And but for the blank level, this one. I got 130 FPS here. Lumen Scene Lightning 0.58, which is very good. So that level still performed very bad. And also I tried to toggle Lumen or ray tracing and volumetric fog to see is there any different if I turn that off in the game with the command with command. So now I'm 68 FPS with. Yeah, now I'm turned off ray tracing. Force all ray tracing effects 0. This was taught by ChatGPT, but I don't know is that really true, but I think so. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Volumetric fog, I turn off volumetric fog. It go FPS going a little bit up around 2 to 3 FPS, and I turn ray tracing off. It going down from 70 to 60. And I turn Lumen off, which is dynamic global illumination method 0. I got even worse, minus 1 or 2 FPS. So that doesn't really tell anything. By the way, I have the build in this PC also. This is the PC with RTS 4090, which is better than this one. So I want to see if whether there's any difference between two levels. Now I open demo level. I got 130 FPS with Lumen Screen Lightning. Where is it? Lumen. Ah, 2.3. 130. Now I open the blank level. Oh, it's still very different. I got 220 FPS. Still very different. Doubles, it's still double. Double the FPS. So I have two trays here. This is the trace I took from the demo level. Let's take a random frame. It is around 60 FPS. The frame time is 18 milliseconds, but I got a long game thread idle time, which is doing nothing. It's waiting for something, waiting for rendering. And in the render thread, I saw this wait for gather dynamic mesh element, wait until task complete, wait for task. And I click this because I enable task and name the events when I doing the trace. So I can see the dependency. So this waiting task, waiting until task completes, is actually waiting this little thing here, which is gather dynamic mesh element. And I click this gather dynamic mesh element, execute task. It's run after this one, execute task. And this is doing the compute view relevance. And this is run after this one, relevant pipe. I don't know what is it, but relevant pipe. This is one after this. Occlusion code. Occlusion code. Occlusion code. And this occlusion code is run after this one. Occlusion code pipe. And the occlusion code pipe is doing this sync point wait, wait for namespace support, wait state change event, wait for. And here is the oversubscription. I search ChatGPT. What is it? It said oversubscription is just waiting waiting CPU core, other CPU core, because CPU is too busy. They don't have time to handle this, so it's just waiting for some idle core to do this. And in this thing, this is the main thing that costs a lot of time, but actually it depends on something else because it is waiting. So I still don't know what it is waiting for. It's oversubscription. I don't know, am I analyze this right or not? But I'm trying my best. Oversubscription. So with this trace, I think I still cannot actually find out the issue that slow down the performance. I saw game set idle time and with some little game task graph task, and which is doing character movement, player character movement, and physics. Find the floor, compute floor, hit the floor, self-hit result from shape and face index. It's something relative to collision, I think, in the movement, but it's just a very 8.1 μs. I don't think this is the reason. And game set is almost idle. So this is not the reason also. I can see that because I saw GPU, right? I saw this. Draw 16 milliseconds for draw, so it's still GPU thing. And here is the GPU. For the GPU, Lumen scene lightning 7.2 millisecond. I think it is this one, right? Lumen scene rocket render different lighting. Lumen scene lightning. Lumen reflection 1 millisecond. Volumetric for 1 millisecond. Lighting 3 millisecond. Lumen reflection. Lumen screen probe. Ray tracing 270 mil. Is this the main reason? Lumen scene lightning. Oh, in PRE I only got 60 FPS. In Pi I got 60 FPS, but in package build I got 130. Lumen performance overview. I saw some red. The sky is red. There's some leaf is green. And there's some line here. Oh, which is actually I don't know how to use this to see any information. What does green mean? What does red mean? I guess red mean bad, green mean good. Maybe check their documentation. performance overview. And what can I see? Overview. Pink, missing surface. Zoom and see. Reflection view. Survey cache. Dedication reflection rate. 53 FPS. Let me play a little bit for the Lumen setting. Post-processing. Lumen. Global Innovation Lumen. If I do none, instantly become 100 FPS. I got 80 FPS for none. I'm not using Lumen, but I'm still getting dynamic shadow, right? It is still dynamic shadow even though I'm not using Lumen. Reflection, Lumen. Reflection, none. Even better, I got 110. Now it's 90 FPS. And what else? Lumen. Ray tracing. Disable, enable, disable. Ambient occlusion. One hundred FPS. Enable. 90 FPS. Disable. Wait. 110 FPS. Disable ray lighting mode. 100. Volumetric fog. It's doing 3 milliseconds. Enable, no. ML cushion. 95 FPS. With 3 volumetric fog. So now it's volumetric fog. If I disable this, 110 FPS. Volumetric fog. Volumetric cloud. No, it's volumetric fog. Ray tracing translucency. Lumen scene lighting update speed. Oh. Quality 2. Oh. This one volumetric fog. Volumetric fog. Wow. Wow. That's huge. Now I have 120 FPS. Wow. Temporal super resolution cost 1. TSR. So what I just do is that turn off ray tracing. Ambient occlusion. Turn off Lumen global illumination. Turn off volumetric fog. Turn off global illumination. Generate mesh distance field. Enable for software ray tracing and support hardware ray tracing for mobile hardware ray tracing. But without Lumen, it look ugly. The lighting look ugly. Let me cook a bit. Wait a minute. Check, save this. Check out this. Package. Yes, even though I turn off everything, turn off ray tracing, Lumen global illumination. Shadow ray tracing surface cast will be used for GI for secondary bounds, including GI scene reflection. turn off ray tracing, ambient occlusion, turn off lumen global illumination, turn off volumetric fog, turn off global illumination. Lumen to none. And I could a build. Open demo. Now I got 220 FPS with 4 millisecond draw. Without lumen. Without lumen, without ray tracing, and without volumetric fog, without global illumination. I got 230, 40 FPS. How about the blank level? In the blank level, I only get 180, 170 FPS. Because I don't have post-processing in this level, so the setting is set it by project setting, project preference. So maybe something is turned on, was turned it on. So at this thing, I got lower FPS than the demo. This is L demo TS 1490. Line test. It should be here. Because I going to volume control for a second, so it is not active. The window isn't active at the time, so it got lower FPS. But this is the normal one is 192 to 174. In the GP, let me open the other for comparison. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the turning everything on. I got 2.2 milliseconds for lumens in lighting. I got no lumen, so the lighting become a normal lighting. No lumen, but still ray tracing. Full process. Temporal super resolution. (9.7 to 5.6). I think I'm still in ray tracing. Something is turned on. Yeah, use hardware ray tracing when available. Ray trace shadow. If I turn that off, 8 FPS. If I turn off this hardware ray tracing, this nothing changed. Software ray tracing, generic mesh distance view. Not much change. Turn off everything. Not much change. Ray trace shadow, virtual shadow map. Oh, 120 FPS. Virtual shadow map. Still 120. Temporal super resolution. None. I need to restart. Ray tracing true, false. Let me restart. Shock deadlock. Compiled global shader. the second time, no issue. Shadow depth. Aliasing level. No. So today I experimented a little everything's turn off thing, and my FPS increased double from 60 to 120. So should I use Lumen? Should I use ray tracing? Should I use volumetric fog? That is the question. Because I turn off everything, my shadows are still dynamic. Yeah, the dynamic shadow doesn't rely on Lumen actually. That was function wise, it still work. The game still work, even I turn off everything. Yes, it does not look that good. And it can perform very well if I turn off everything. So that's the video today. For today, I will keep figure out two questions, find out the answer for those questions in the future. So see you next time.